I don't want to be so hungry every morning. I want to wake up and be happy to go where I have to go. Don't you think it's like true though? Like, are we really connected or disconnected? To have no fear. I think courage is to do the thing you have to do even you are scared. That is the most important thing, and that's what the wire does to you. Like only one thing that
Nothing in mind.
nothing in mind. That doesn't
Zero. So
yeah, it's not. The point is that I am not thought free because it's pretty impossible.
welcome to another episode of Tomorrow Today with Shekhar Natarajan. It's my incredible honor, and I'm really looking forward to this conversation. I have none other than my friend Andrea Loreni. He is a legend. He's the first Italian tightrope walker, a philosopher, Zen master, an amazing human being, and now he's actually engaged educating companies, banks, institutions, regulators about risk. You need to find out why he's actually talking about risk in the first place. Andrea, thank you. It's an incredible honor to have you on the show. When I just look at you and your eyes, I can tell you that you are an evolved soul. And so I'm exceptionally honored to be talking to you.
My pleasure, my honor to be here and sharing my knowledge, my experience. Yeah.
Absolutely. So let's actually get into the beginning of your journey, right? Tell me a little bit about where you come from, your own life experiences. I'm sure you had something to do with circus and or street shows, and then how did it evolve, and what was the transformation? So I would love my audience to get to know you really well. You are such an extraordinary person.
Yeah, thank you so much. I think looking back, because when everything started, I didn't know the way, but now I can look back and find some interesting point. And I think the search of something else was my engine. What was in front of me, what was suggested by people around me was not enough. And so I was looking for something else, not because what people proposed me was bad, but it does not fit me. So I was looking for something else.
Why was that? Why, was it your upbringing? Was it your parents? Was it the family?
I think the real point, as I think most of men, is my mother. So my mother was a nurse, and every morning she wake up, but she was not happy about going to work. But she did it the same, no? Because of a lot of reasons, and I was one of these reasons. And so looking at her, I say, I don't want to be so hungry every morning. I want to wake up and be happy to go where I have to go. And later, because it was just later, I realized that the real point of my mother was not to go to working, because she loved her work, but she was to wake up early. She just don't want to wake up early. But anyway, I thought she does not like his job, and so she pushed me to find a good job. And I think I thought, and now I believe that we can have a job that we like, and that job can be our way of realization. It's not have to be, but can be. and sometimes we just make our work because we need to earn something. It's not about realizing, it's not about have a pleasure to do it. I'm lucky I can do a job I like, the job I love, even if later I discover that the job I like is just a small part. The other is very boring, about mailing, contract and telephone and so on. But I try to be focused on, on the walking on the wire. That is the less time I dedicate to my work. Yeah.
Okay.
So that the very beginning was my mother as unhappiness, and my mistake on read is unhappiness, but it's okay.
So you basically come from Turin.
Yeah, I was born in Turin.
Turin, and so tell me, like, so you went to university to get a psychology degree, or what were you?
The philosophy.
Philosophy
Yeah,
degree.
I take the philosophy. I started.
Why did you want like philosophy? Like, you know, you were looking for inspiration from Aristotle or like Hegel or Kant, or what were you? What was the inspiration of going into philosophy in the first?
It was my teacher at the college.
Who was?
Franco Bisio, but very important to me because he made me understand the beautiful of knowledge, of culture, on respect as well. Because just some small point, but he gave us I have to say the third person
view.
You. It does not. Terza persona in Italian there is some different way to relate. It's not you. Is anyway. Just the one professor that gave us the third person, and was interesting. It makes space clear. I am the professor. I'm not your friend. Yeah, I have this professor for 2 years, and for the third year the professor change, and the next one we can have some. He pretend to have some relation, some friendship relation. I don't think this is fair because you are my teacher. You are not my friend. Sometime you have to judge me because it's your role. So I love this professor, and I love the culture and the philosophy. So at the beginning I tried to make the degree in physics because when you make the college physics is very about philosophy. It's not. But just after the first month I realized it was about math. So I stopped and changed to go to philosophy to explore the mind, to explore the knowledge. And it was somehow I was a bit obsessed about the truth, the concept of the truth. Truth, yeah. And so I try to find it in an Occidental way. At the end, I realized the Occidental way is just one way, is just a piece, but something is very missing. And so, after my degree in
how do you define truth?
Yeah, that's a great point. Truth right now is more about authenticity. I define it authenticity when you are what you are. It is not something that the interesting part of the Oriental way of the truth is that is not untruth versus. Your truth is good, my truth is good as well, and we can mix them up. Occidental way is just truth or non-truth, and then it leads to a fight, you know. And because it's not about duality, truth is about unity and about being. It's about your body. The truth is about body. Sometime I told in some interview, when I'm on the wire, I am the truth. A few days later, my mother called me and said, "Andrea, you are not too. Are you not exaggerating a bit? You are the truth. You are not God." Okay, so I'm not the truth. Now I change. I'm not the truth, or better, I can be the truth because my truth, my body truth, is authenticity, and my authenticity can walk with your authenticity. They don't need to fight to stabilize which one is the truth. Both can be the truth. So we are the truth. The life is the truth.
Life is truth. And so it's like being your authentic self.
Yeah. That's I think that's my
definition.
point. Yeah.
So you went to school for philosophy, and so what happened in the university?
I study a lot. I was very focused on studying. I read a lot of books. I take my degree. It was a.
What did you learn there? Like what were all your learnings in your school?
What
in philosophy?
what I think I bring into my life from the study was to doubt, so to not to take for truth what you have been told. Just check, and to be critic about all the other truth. And that's one point. So it's somehow is to find your way in between the other's way, and on the other side is searching position in life. You have to search, you have to go deep, not just say in the surface, or better, you have to be very aware of where you are. If you are in the surface, it's okay, but it's important that you know that you are in the surface. If you go down, it's important that you know that you are going down. So the point is the awareness of where you are, about where you are.
Got it.
That's the point. And then they use mind to search. Then after mind, from the Zen meditation and the wire, I learned to use the body to know where you are, because mind put you in a layer, but even we have another layer, and the body is the way to find the truth. So it's very far from the speculative truth of the Occidental philosophy. No? It's about the truth of your body, of your being here, and conscious of the what is around you, what you are involved in, and everything you are linked to.
Very beautiful, very beautiful, very beautiful. So you learned philosophy. So what got you into like the street and trying to perform and other things? Like, how did you get there?
Yeah, the concrete was I bumped into a street show in Milano from a guy. Then I was a guy that later I know, and it was fascinating to me that a lot of people that they
You
don't
want to have tea?
Yeah. Before I get the call, I was fascinated by the way the 200, maybe 200 people that they don't know each other, they can join together around the performer, and they can somehow share some emotion, play with the performer, and be ready to laugh all together in very close. And it's not easy to establish so quick and deep relation with other people, but with the performer, it happened. And then at the end of the street show, the performer put the hat to collect money, and that point was about responsibility and freedom, because the performer is free to offer what he wants. And the crowd, the people, is free and responsible of the money he put in the hat. So it's a different way to relate with money. It was very interesting to me, and to put together freedom and responsibility. And so I did. This can be a way to make a good job. and
Just perform, get the money.
Yeah, so I start performing in the street. Maybe the first two shows were very.
Why didn't you go into like doing more of philosophical work? Like, why did you stop? Like you learned so much in philosophy, and education was something that you pursued. So why did you like all of a sudden stop that and get into street performance? Like, what was the
when I start to study philosophy, I know that I will have not work with philosophy, because in Italy, especially when maybe 20 and more years ago, if you make philosophy, you are pretty sure you will not work. Too many teachers. There were no human resource people, so it make philosophy just because it was my passion, not with a work horizon. And so when I take my degree, for me was over. I make my due with philosophy. I keep going, thinking and study and searching, but I did not work with philosophy. I started working with something else, with something that now I can say more real, more related to people. Now I can see how philosophy is real and related to people, because you can put in the body. Embodiment is a way to share a philosophy and to live it. But it's a different way that thinking about philosophy. It's a way to live it. So I quit. I quit. I take my degree and that's done. And I start performing on the street. Mostly because of the freedom in this kind of life. No, I was driving my van around Italy and performing, and
What were you performing?
all around Italy, because when I have some gig,
Like a show, like a movie, or like was it an instrument, or was it like
what? No, I was a juggler.
juggler?
And I walk the slack rope. It's not a tight rope; it's a slack rope. I make some balance on the freestanding ladder, and I use the whip cracking, and I shout a lot. But it was very nice to be so free. Yeah. But then when I begin I start to make the high wire, all of this freedom was a little somehow less, because you need a lot of organization.
How did you get that like courage to like go on a rope which was like not a tight rope, like climb, like like there is, your body wants to stop but your mind wants to go. How do you connect the body and the mind to be in cohesion?
I'm not so sure that it's the body that want to stop. I
Really?
think more is the mind that want to stop often. Yeah, because the body somehow.
Because it was very interesting, because I was do you know this guy Sebastian Foucan? You may not have heard him. Have you watched Casino Royale, the James Bond movie?
No.
No, okay.
Sorry.
Okay. So I want you to watch that movie just for that.
Yeah, I will.
Scene. So Sebastian
Mm-hmm.
is a great friend of mine. In fact, like I just met him again for breakfast like day before yesterday. We are very good pals. So he is the guy who basically did the first 6-minute scene in Casino Royale,
Okay.
where he's a parkour guy,
Okay.
and like he's a free runner, right? And so he feels that basically your mind wants to do, but your body wants to resist.
Okay.
And like that was his sort of like
Struggle.
interpretation of like how he processes things, and he processes risk as a input, not necessarily as a thing to stop him. So it's like a data point that he has. He says, I know the risk, and I know like that object is that, and I can jump off the object, and I know the distance between that object and how much I can do, and like and then I let my body like take me there. So it's kind of a very interesting thought process. So I was very curious to understand from you how like you think about like going on a rope or standing on a thing, like because like inherently like we all fear
Yeah.
that we may fall, and like like our mind is conditioned, and like growing up we're all told, hey, don't do that because you're gonna fall.
Yeah, I think a very interesting part of my show to deal with risk, even for people watching. And about me, you have to know the technique very, very, very well. Of course, I know the
But
technique.
did you know that when you were performing all these things before, like where like growing up, did you already have experience with like climbing and going on a rope and all that stuff, or like was it just something that you got fascinated with when you started performing on the streets?
No, I realized just when I start my first walking, it was something like it happens to me. I bump into the possibility to make a big wire walking, and I said yes, we can do. I plan and I start to training, but somehow it was easy to me. I mean, it takes time and dedication.
When was this? What age were you?
30, 31.
Oh wow.
Yeah, not so young. Yeah.
Yeah. So how did you like condition your mind for that? After like 30 years of not doing it, how do you like all of a sudden?
I don't make any kind of condition. I just start. Ready to fall. That's the point. I start. I was ready to fall. During the process, to understand, maybe something happened before, but was not on a conscious level. Maybe something happened because I was not something like a daring guy or fascinated by climbing. Everything happens after the wire. Before I was just fascinated by the freedom. And so maybe I understand, or I have some sensation that on the wire I will be more free. And finally it was like this. On the wire I'm very, very free. Some strange kind of free, because it's just freedom, because there is just one way, no choice, just the first one, the first step, and then you have to go. but there is a big freedom in there because you have no space to cheat. You can fake something. If you are scared, you just have to be scared. And if you are happy, just be happy. So you have to be exactly what you are. And that's the freedom, the biggest freedom I ever met, right now, to be exactly what you are. And so I think that my focus was to be free. And so on the way I will find this freedom. But at the beginning I didn't train anything before starting on the wire. Then when I meet meditation, I start to put together meditation and while walking and find my way to be on the wire. That it somehow is very, very meditative. But I think everyone on the wire is some meditative state. I just push a bit on this side and I just practice a lot. I met another big funambule high wire walker from France and Deutschland. We never met in meditation, but when we talk about it being on the wire, we use the same mood.
How do you prepare to get on a wire?
I can.
And can you explain, like, so what is, like, so for the viewers, I want you to explain what does, like, walking on a wire means. Like, what do you mean by walking on a wire?
Yeah, really. On the physical level, walking on the wire means walking on the maybe 16, 20 millimeter wire with a balancing pole. But the very different is the longest of the wire, the length of the wire, because it changed the dynamic of the movement of the wire. And so
you tie the wire between two
buildings? To building, to crown or to mountain, maybe even 100, 200. The longest was 410 meter.
Like length?
Yeah, about across the dam. Yeah. And the highest was 315. 50.
The height?
The highest, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, like, you wear shoes?
Generally, I wear shoes. Sometimes I don't when the wire is a bit wet or a bit tilted. When I need more grip on the wire, I don't use shoes. But generally, I use them.
But the shoes has some spike or anything to hold the...
No.
It's a flat shoe.
Just leather. I need to slide a bit on the wire to make a gentle step. So if I can put the feet and then I slide it. So I need the leather to slide a bit on the wire. When I need more grip, I don't use the leather and I make less gracious step. So
and like when you take the step, is it like baby steps or is it like is it big steps or like?
I think they change a bit about what is around the wind, the wire. How do I feel? There are a lot of things that happen in that moment. So I have to harmonize myself with what's around me.
For every step.
Yeah, more or less. It's not really every step, but yes, every step, because even small change in the weather condition, for example, need a small change in my body, or even a small way to find a new balance. Maybe you need me to make another movement, different movement. So every step somehow is different. So it's nice to maybe I don't know how many. Maybe I make 100,000 steps, but everyone was different. So I am not bored. No, otherwise it's easy to be bored to just step, another step. But if you are totally in what you are doing, you can find a small difference, a small charm in any step. You know?
So this is interesting because it's not only about your mind and your body, but it is also about the environment.
Yeah, that's the point.
Okay. And how do you keep all of that in harmony?
Yeah,
how do you process that? Like, it's so much information, right? Like, the wind is so much, like, the depth is so much. I have so many more, steps to make. Like, do you think about the next step, or you think about the entire distance? Like this.
Yeah. Yeah. When we talk about this stuff, there is a lot of stuff.
I'm like, my heart is like I have a condition called bicuspid, meaning so most people have three valves, like 1, 2, 3. It's like this, right? and mine is actually the shape of an eye. So I only
Okay.
have like two valves,
Okay.
right? And my like basically my body can only pump a third of the blood, not because like it should be actually 2/3, but it's actually third because it can only enter one side and leave the other side.
Okay.
So my heart rate is very slow,
Ah,
right? Which is really good, by the way.
yeah.
Like
Sometimes.
it's like an athlete,
Yeah.
right? And it never goes more than like 42, 43. Always is
Well trained. Yeah.
I get like super angry, but 42.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, I don't know, like my heart would be able to take that all of that processing and the mind and keeping it all in balance with the body, with the environment, and I like that is so like challenging for me.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
It's not about mind. I don't process everything because if you have to name everything and to put in a bigger frame, it's too much work for the mind. It's about to be here and the body that take his shape every second, a new shape in relation to the what's around me. You know?
So it's knowing what to focus.
Let the body do his work because the body know very well the technique, how to walk, how to use the balancing pole. Of course, you have to train it very well, but finally, when you forget the technique and you just in the middle of the sky and you have to walk, you have not to think about all this stuff because it's too much. If I think that how much I have to move the balancing pole just to keep in balance, I fall. So I just do it. It's about to be very, not in a hurry because you don't have to be in a hurry, but tempestive, to do the right thing at the right moment. And it's about body. The mind and the body, my training.
So what's the most important thing you like keep in mind?
In mind?
Yeah,
nothing.
only one thing, like only one thing that
Nothing in mind.
Nothing in mind.
Nothing in mind. That doesn't.
Zero. So
yeah, it's not. That the point is that I am not thought free because it's pretty impossible. But I don't grab to the thoughts. I just let them go. They come and they go. They come from the Zen. No? My thoughts are like clouds, but I am the sky. I'm steady, and the clouds go away. So the point is to have I work.
So that's a very interesting thought. So tell me more, the cloud and the sky. Like it's like that one sentence, right? Like it has like so much profound meaning because we swirl.
Yeah.
In the cloud and the sky problem. Right? So everyone like is paranoid about all things that can go wrong in their life and they process so much.
Yeah.
So our mind is always clouded.
Yeah.
So we never let the clouds pass.
Yeah.
Right? So if your mind is like a sky and if you're always clouded with thoughts, how do you basically like let it come and go? Like how do you do that?
Yeah, that's the training, Zen training.
That's the Zen
training. Just
but before you started,
Yeah.
before you understood that you had to do Zen training, you had to basically walk on the rope.
Yeah.
Like what I read from your story is that you went to Japan much later. Then you started like actually like performing this. So there was something in your body which actually made you like forget all the noise that comes and just focus on the most important thing, which was how do I move and take the next step.
So I think it depends on the physical activity that I did. Not so strange, but using the body is the key. To be connected with your body.
So what do you do?
I run, I make bicycle, I swim. I don't run anymore because I have some disease. But anyway, I use the body a lot. And then I practice for circus skill. I make some floor acrobatic. Juggling is even use body. And so I was very connected with my body from since I was a kid because I was always played outside in the grass, in the trees. And so then with philosophy, I go to my mind a bit too much, maybe, but it was a necessary step.
So when you're a kid, like you were like hanging on trees or what?
Yeah, something like that. I was very outside.
Flexible.
Yeah, flexible. And my mother left me to play outside. We don't have a computer. We don't have a tablet. And so we play a lot of, a lot of
And then
time
you would
outside.
juggle and you would play.
I start juggling very late, maybe 25 years. Yeah, but anyway, I use
But
my
like
body.
you use your body a
I
lot.
was
like,
used to
do you play? Do you like, do you play soccer or what?
basketball. I play a
Basketball.
lot of basketball. It helps me with the coordination of your body, to be aware of what's going on around, because you have to know where your teammates are, and so you have to be very open, wide open, with your eyes, your body, something like this. So my connection with body helped me to walk the wire. It means to rely, to have trust in your body. That's the point. No, it's not about thinking the next step. It's about doing the next step. How to do it, and you decide it not with your mind. You decide with your body. Take the how do you say, drive you across the wire. So that was and another point is that when you take some risk, you are forced to be there. Okay, you can go away, you can run away, because I say I don't want to take this risk. But if you choose, and if you are aware of the risk, and you say, okay, buddy, it's your time, you can go. You have to be very aware of the risk, of the technique you have to use to pass across this risk. But on the wire, somehow to survive is necessary to be in the body, to be here and the now. And so that's the point. What about mind and the cloud? I asked to my Zen teacher, how can we have the empty mind? Can we stop thinking? And he said, we cannot stop thinking. It was a relief. So I can keep going thinking while I'm sitting. So yes, you can, because our mind is made for thinking. Even when you sleep, you make dream, your mind is active. So we cannot really stop thinking, but what we can do is to not follow thinking and just let them go. Welcome in, and bye-bye. Welcoming is the point. Now, not to fight against, but just welcoming, even with the pain. When you sit for a long hour sitting on the cushion, you have pain everywhere, no? But welcome, and then it passes. Like magic, but it really happened. It happened to me, to everyone. If you welcome the pain, it will pass. It's a natural course of time. Is sometimes helpful. The thing that everything is changing, even the pain, even the happiness at the same time. No, so it's not about to be attached about nothing, about your thought, about nothing. Welcome, bye bye. And we have to be conscious that we are the sky. We are not the thought. We are not the cloud. We are the sky, big, steady, beautiful, and it was coming from Zen. But before Zen, I realized it on the wire. It was something that I lived on the wire before thinking about it, and the body was the key.
Now you basically you're going with a pole in your hand, and you're walking. You said like 350 meters. So how many steps are 350 meters?
I don't know exactly. I don't know. I never count. I count the step, but maybe till 10, and then I start again just to have a rhythm. 1, 2, 3. It's a rhythm, no? With the breathing is something that gives me a rhythm. But maybe
so for like 350 meters, how long do you take to walk?
30 minutes. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. When I make the biggest one, 410, it was about 40 minutes.
40 minutes.
Yeah. It's a long time, but you don't take count of time.
Yeah. So 40 minutes, and so when you say like 40 minutes, and like at what speed are you walking?
Very slow.
Very slow.
Yeah, very slow. I don't know, maybe 10 minutes for 100 meters.
10 minutes for 100 meters.
Yeah.
Okay, 10 minutes for 100 meters. So like, so how many steps would that be?
Maybe 200.
200 steps.
For 10 meters, yeah, something like this.
200 meters. 200
for 100 meters.
100 meters, and like so then it's like 300. I'm just trying to calculate like how many steps it is. 300 steps, or
for 300 meters, maybe 600 steps.
600 steps.
Yeah, maybe half a meter for a step, more or less.
Half a meter.
We can count like this. Yeah.
Okay, and then you have done like 450 meters.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay, so that would be how much?
800 steps.
800 steps.
Yeah.
My heart would have sank like in the first step.
Yeah.
I don't know about the 799 steps. Okay, that's great. So, and it usually takes you 40 minutes seems to be too long or too short, depending on how your mind is, like how you're conditioned.
Yeah.
So when you get on that wire, like do you think about the time, or do you just say like, I just need to get to that 350 meters?
I don't care about time.
You don't count about the steps.
No, I
nothing.
don't know. I just start and then we see what is going
See
on,
what's going
happened.
on.
Yeah, because
Exactly.
you know exactly what is going on when you are there, not before. Before it's a bit tricky to try to see forward because you don't know, and maybe, and for sure, it will be different from what you think.
Okay.
So you have to be
now
ready.
Let's start like how you started this. Okay, so I'm sure like you did not start with 350 meters and basically like 200 meters on day one, right? So what did you start?
Okay, before starting, I make some breathing exercise to clear a bit my mind and to relax my body, because it's very important to be open with art, with breathing, and with the body, open to new form, new shape every step.
So and that was like, how did you practice that? That was like 1 meter, 10 meters, like what was the height of the practice?
Yeah, it's enough for 1 meter.
1 meter.
Because when you practice, maybe there's something more, and so it's easier to fall. So you have to be safe.
So was the practice like the height or the length?
Technically the length is the point, but it's not easy to practice maybe 200 meter. So I practice just 10 meter with a slack line. Okay. So it's very tricky, dangerous, and changing. And so I practice short distance with a particular
with 1 meter height.
Yeah, 1 meter, maybe with my eyes closed, so to make it more engaging, and to be ready to face something new.
So you close your eyes, you get on a 1 meter thing, and then you walk for like 10 meters.
Yeah, maybe.
And
more time.
Yeah. And you're doing this where? Like you're doing it in your house, you're doing it like outside, like
mostly it's outside between two trees because it's easier to tie the
between
wire.
the two trees.
Yeah.
Okay. And so like okay, you start walk. So how many times did you fall before you started like realizing that you don't want to fall? You probably did not just start walking like that, right? Like so like you must have spent like a year or 6 months or 3 months, 1 month. Like
one month falling. 1 month to learn how to fall.
Yes.
And then maybe after 1 month I start to be a bit more secure on the wire. Maybe 3 steps, then 4, something like this. Yeah.
So like because they say like everything becomes a practice after 21 days.
Ah, yeah, I heard about it. Yeah.
Right. So like if you're going to a gym and you keep going to the gym 21 days, like the 22nd day, like it becomes just a routine for you. So so that month sort of like makes sense now.
Yeah.
So you start practicing. How many times did you fall?
Practicing? I don't know.
A lot. And then like you fall and then you get up.
Yeah,
and you walk.
fall and get up, get down. That's the point. Yeah.
Sounds like Rocky Balboa, like getting it.
Yeah. That's a way.
Keep falling and then keep getting up. Okay. And so now you conditioned your mind to basically walk at smaller heights. Then how did you go about like going to higher heights?
Yeah, after.
Did you go after the height or the length again?
At the very beginning, I start with 1 meter, but maybe 30, 40 meter long. And so I practiced the length. That was the difficult.
And it was not a tightrope. It was like.
Yeah, no, at the beginning was a tightrope because I was just to start. Now I practice on a slack wire just to make it more engaging. But at the beginning, I was to start with the right situation to understand what is the right situation. Right, pretty right.
So you're on a 1 meter wire, like 20 meters, 30 meters. Okay.
And then I make 6 meter. The next one was 6 meter.
Okay.
When I was pretty sure on 20 meter and 1 meter, I make 6 meter. Then I make 12 for the show. My first show was 12 meter. And
with a pole.
Yeah, with a pole. I always walk with
the pole gives you balance?
The point of the pole is that when I tied my wire and I look at it in the sky, it's beautiful and it's very steady. The wire want to be steady and moving. Then I step on and it start to move. So the problem is me. It's me. I am the problem. It's not the wire. So if you walk on the wire with no balancing pole, you move a lot and you transmit the movement to the wire.
So the wire wobbles.
Wobble and wave back, very dangerous, uncontrolled, unpredictable. With the balance,
so you're minimizing the risk with the balance.
The balancing pole, you don't move the body, you move the balancing pole. And so the body is in contact with the wire, is a bit more stable. And so the wire moves a little less. Yeah, that's the point of the balancing pole. But it's not easy. It's not more easy. I had to learn how to use the balancing pole, because at the beginning it's just something heavy and long in your hand. It's just something more difficult. I had to learn how to use the balancing pole.
So almost like a steering wheel.
Yeah.
So basically you got to find out like how to balance that way, like, you know, the wobble on the wire is like minimum.
Yeah. You can minimize
so you're trying to minimize the risk of the wires swinging.
Yeah.
By actually maintaining the
your center with the balancing pole.
With the balancing
That's the
pole.
point.
Okay, that's fantastic. So that's one way of minimizing the risk of. Okay, great. So you actually started doing that for 12 meters, and what was the height?
12 meter. No, it was 120 long for 12 high. The first show.
But for the first show.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the second one was.
Did you fall after, like, for that show? Like,
no.
You did not. So the first one was you nailed it, like, you know, 12 meters high, 120 meters, just worked fine. Yeah. And how many minutes did the 120 minutes take you?
Minutes?
Like 120 meters take you? You said 120 meters.
Yeah, and I don't know, because it was 20 years ago. I think about half an hour, something like this.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So you started getting faster also on the rope then?
I don't want to. This is, I don't like to be faster, but sometimes I go faster, sometimes I go slower.
But the 120 meters, you said the 350 meters took you how many? 40
Yeah, maybe I was faster in the late walk. I don't remember the timing of the first
walk. Okay.
Yeah, that's the point.
Yeah. Okay. No, I was just trying to double
check. Yeah.
Like, you know, like, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm a math guy, so I got to just like add up the math in my head. Okay. Virtue of my profession.
Yeah, I'm not so much about math.
So 12 feet high, 120 meters, about like 30 minutes of walk. What was going in your heart at that time? This is your first show, right?
Yeah, the first show.
And like, how many people did you do it in front of?
Maybe 300, not so much, but enough. Maybe the biggest crowd, audience I had. And
so they do this in the circus also, right? Like a lot of circus people do that. Actually.
Yeah.
So you're actually taking the concept of circus to the outside world.
Yeah.
To the elements.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. But the high wire worker often work outside. It's a different working on the circus, because generally in the circus the length is all the time the same.
Same. Yeah.
And they are very quick. They make
and
jump.
Like it's a closed environment.
Yeah, it's a closed environment. It's not so spacey.
And then there is cushion and everything.
Not always. Sometimes the circus is very dangerous. For the circus, the danger is the point. You have to risk your life to make a big circus show. In the past, now something is changed. But
so how did you advertise for that? What did you, like, you know, when you said you're gonna do this? How did you go about it? Like, how did you get 300 people in? You just said like, hey, I'm gonna do this.
I was the opening show for a festival, street art festival. So people was there to see the show because there was some communication.
How did you go convince people that they wanted, like, you were gonna do this?
The organizer?
Yeah.
It was funny because I was performing in a street theater festival. An organizer come to me. At the time I was the small wire, 6 meter long, 2 meter high, and this guy asked me, "Do you even make a big, longer walking?" And I answered, "Not yet." And because the guy said me, "I want to organize a big walk for the next year festival." And I say, okay, we have 1 year to train. So next year we will do it. And so I start talking about this opportunity. And another organizer told me that we were friends, told me, so if you do big walk, we can do for our festival too. And finally, the first one was canceled, the date, but the second one was the one across the river in 120 meters.
It was on the river?
On the river, yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, nice.
So do you know how to swim?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
But it was not useful because the river was so high. Yeah, that's the point. And so by chance I reached this festival. No? At the time there was a lot of street festival in Italy. It was a good timing to start performing because there was a kind of.
So the water was shallow.
Yeah.
Okay. So it was so now you are like 12 feet high, 120 meters, walking on shallow water. You did not have any fear. You just like had the courage to just go through.
Yeah.
And like you knew that like you're gonna perform.
Yeah.
And it was successful.
It was successful, yeah.
Okay.
Very exciting.
And what happened after that? Like, how did you feel after that?
After that, I often feel very huge because of the space. I melt. Somehow I cross the space, but sometimes at the same time I melt with the space around me. So I feel huge and free and very happy. And somehow I can.
You felt very happy because that all your practice, all your thinking, everything just like materialized, and you felt good that it just happened.
I don't know. I mean, that's a part. Another part is I was very happy because, as I told before, for maybe 20 minutes I was me. I have been me, myself, exactly myself, free to feel, free to be. And the space is the point. I had in my heart a lot of space to welcome everything. And it's not easy in daily life for me to have all this space to welcome everything. While on the wire, all this vastness is in you, and you are the vastness. So you can really, really welcome everything. It's a big deal. Yeah.
And so you felt really good about it. And so what happened next after that? Like, so you did the first show. Then what happened after? Like, did you do more shows?
I start performing with the wire. Maybe for 2 years I perform on the street on the wire. And
how many times did you must have done that? Like how many street shows or whatever it is? You do daily or you do?
No, not daily. Especially in it was a seasonal work, especially in summer. I don't know. I never take the count of show of my walking. Sorry, I'm not about math. Not so found in math. But I know that the next one was in Florence, and it was 40 meters high and maybe 60 meters long. So a bit shorter, but higher. Yeah, more than double higher. But okay, after the first one, I was ready. It takes some time to understand that right now. It's not a matter of how high is it. I can deal with it.
So my mother used to tell me this when I was a kid, and like I remember like she keeps telling me, like she just recently passed away. Success is something which is very infectious, because you basically, when you win once, it builds the confidence. And then you forget the fear, and then you basically like you want to take on more risk, and then you're successful, and then like then you take on more risk, and then you feel it's almost like a reinforcing like mechanism within your own body and mind that makes you think that like you are able to do more and more, and you're expanding yourself every time. And but failure is the reverse. When something goes wrong, you begin to self-doubt.
Yeah.
And like now you are like you're caught in yourself, and then you begin to self-doubt even more, and then you never get out of like that, and never see the free to see the potential. So how do you kind of, did you have a failure at all? Did you go through a place where, or a point where like you were walking and you fell down, like, or like you said, like, oh my God, like I don't know if I can ever succeed like doing this? Or was it always like you kept improving yourself, or did you have a fall anytime?
Yeah, fall. Okay, I think the successful mechanism is dangerous because you think you can do everything. You think you are the king. Once Russian funambulist told me, watch out when you go on the wire thinking you are the king, because you will fall. So it's okay, I make something good. I don't really search for something more every time. It happens, if it happens, okay, but I don't search for more meter, more and more and more. It happens, it's okay. It doesn't happen, it's okay, the same. But anytime you have, I have to be.
Can you repeat that again? What you said, like success?
A success mechanism is a bit dangerous.
Yeah.
Because maybe push you to
think that you're the king.
Yeah, you are the king.
And like so you want like to be a bigger king and a more bigger king.
No, the point is, if you start walking, say, okay, this
and
one is
if you
this
think
one
I'm the king of the world.
Yeah, this is easy. You will fall. Watch out, because every crossing is dangerous at the same time.
So you have to be aware every
time, and you can be aware that you can fall every time. The risk is still here every time. Our life is the same. Now we are here, happy and talking. It's not just to do that, but we can die in a minute. Okay, we have to be aware, and so this awareness pushes us to be here and now and not there.
So don't think about the future. Just think about like where you are.
Well, yeah. Then the future will grow from the seed we plant now.
Yeah. So a lot of people also have that trouble, right? Like, like sometimes that reinforcing loop that I just talk about, like, success builds more confidence, and hence you can take on more risk, and then you want to basically try more. Sometimes that is also a vicious loop, because now you begin to think like a king to that point. Yeah. And that is a very important lesson that like every entrepreneur, every individual, every professional, every kid needs to know, that nothing is forgiven. You can lose it in a second.
Yeah.
Right? If you're aware of that, it's a beautiful thing to basically be risk free and have the confidence. But the sooner you cross the chasm from being confident to feeling that you're on the top of the world, your decline starts.
Yeah. It's not. Yeah. Nothing bad about the circle, no?
Yes.
About the circle.
Yeah.
The point is to be aware where you are
on the circle.
Where are you acting from?
Yeah.
Where start your action? Because you want to be the king, because you think you are the king, or because you think you are somehow immortal and you can do everything, or you can avoid the risk at all. It's dangerous, because sometimes you skip some part of the reality to which you have to face. And so maybe you just see what you want to see and forget something that is just a side. You have to be your consideration, because
that's such a beautiful thought, actually.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people forget that, actually.
Yeah.
Like everyone thinks that, like, when they start like seeing success, they imagine themselves way beyond like their true capabilities. Sometimes they it's just a false sense of like projection that they have in life. Beautiful thought. So your point is, you always be aware where you are in the circle, and always basically be conscious of what you are, and never assume anything for a given.
Yeah.
And just basically keep performing, and things are going to just like fall in place. Great.
No, it's not about underestimate yourself. It's just about to be aware of what
exactly.
You are.
Yeah. It's not about losing confidence. But when you do fall, how do you get up?
Okay, technically, yeah.
Not technically, and also
okay.
Mentally.
Technically, on the wire, if I fall, I don't get up again. No way. There was maybe 2 years ago, I tried to make a world record walking on the tilted wire. It was a 39-degree tilted. I fall 3 times. I didn't succeed in establish the record, But that falling was very, very more safe than the other because I have my safety line up to me. So I just finally go and hanging from the top wire is one not dangerous. But about mentally, I fall the first time. It was my first time falling on the wire during a performance, official performance.
When was that?
In Italy, close to Milano.
Like, when was it? Like, after how many performances you think you just fell down once?
This was when maybe under 23, 18 years of walking on the wire.
So 18 years you've never fallen?
Never fall. No.
Oh my
It's
God.
no way. It's not a way you can consider to fall.
You're like God.
You're
God.
No,
Like
I have a short time of rich
exposure.
exposure. It's a short time rich exposure. It's something that I do.
So why did you fall?
Why? I don't get this point. Maybe
you thought you're the king of the world.
No, because no, really, no. Maybe because on the Friday morning I make my rehearsal and I said really quick, 3 minutes. I walk this difficult wire, and so maybe on Saturday I was a bit too confident, or maybe I was too tired because all the summer was very busy for me. I don't plan everything so good. I want to do too many things in the summer, so maybe this kind of performance was more about sport performance. It's not my field. I'm more about art and performing art, not sport. So it was something about math because you have the degree of the wire, you have the Guinness World Record judge, and so maybe it was not really my area, confidence area. And so I slept on the wire for 3 times, and I didn't, as I said.
Why did you try it 3 times?
Why? Because when for the Guinness World Record you have 3 attempts.
Oh, okay.
So I try all of them.
Okay.
And but the point was that the people, the sponsor was people sponsoring the event. Just accept my fall. Just accept my pain, and the people in the square was the same. No one told me try again or next time you will do it. Everyone was concerned about what was happened. No one was thinking about have to be. Everyone was involved in what it happened, and so they give me the space to be in the failure, to feel it. And to consider that it takes the time, but a month later, I understand that the failure was life as well. So it was an experience, a good experience, and it's not about my value. My value not depend on if I do or I don't do, as I said or as I said. The value, I
Was it embarrassing to fall in front of all those people? Did you feel like, hey, like I could have done this, and did you have that feeling about it, or like you just thought, okay, great, like first time you fall, you just get up and you want to do it again, and the second time you feel a little embarrassed, and third time you feel even more embarrassed, like
not really embarrassed because people was very kind to me.
Got it.
No one asked me to do more. Everyone was with me in my feeling. So I was very pleasant to all the people around me, my technician, the sponsorship. Everything was very open to my failure somehow. And so it helped me to stay in the failure and not to run away. Because generally when you fail, you want to run away or to try again.
Yeah.
I have the time to live the failure and to feel it and to understand that it's life as well. All the month we spend with our sponsor, with my team to get everything ready to rehearsal was not wasted because of the failure. It was life. This was my point. If you let depend the value of your life from your goal, I think you are somehow in a dangerous position, because if you don't reach the goal? If you live all the time, all the path, you live all the path. That's the point. It's a value. No, it's life. Our life is the value. It not depend on you do or not. You succeed or not succeed. It depends.
So don't focus on the goal.
Yeah.
Don't focus on
The goal is not the metro for
Life.
the path. No.
Yeah.
If you are in the path, totally in the path, I spent 9 amazing months with my friend and this guy from the sponsor. And but everyone was with me in this position. Otherwise, it should be more difficult to understand.
So how did you get like over the psychological thing of falling? Because like you like looks like you had this moment of fall, but you felt comfortable because everyone was
Yeah.
supportive and you're able to get back up and continue on. When you had this fall, like trying during the Guinness Book World Record, you had a support system which believed in you, which
Yeah.
actually comforted you. Was it the reason why you were able to rebound and not think about it again and then like continued on like trying to perform, or was there anything different about the whole process? Like, did it mentally affect you?
Yeah, totally.
It did.
Yeah. The people, the position of the people around me totally affect me. Yeah, totally. Because it was most of the record was a relation with the people on the ground.
Were you disappointed yourself about like what happened, or like?
Not really, just a bit about the planification. I couldn't do it better. I couldn't spend more time to plan my work to reach the record. But it's about organization. I know that I was totally involved in the path, and so I was happy for that time spent with my friend, for that life.
So when did you then start performing again after that?
Yeah, maybe more, not close 1 year later, the next summer, and was with a tilted wire, not so tilted, but anyway, again, I was very scary because I just fall. It was maybe 9 months ago, but it was just fall. And so I was wondering how to approach this new wire. And again, I know that when I will make the first step, everything will be clear. So I have just to manage my anxiety till the first step. And when I make the first step, I feel again at home. I belong there. So the wire and my body were again friend, and I start walking, and it was very liberating to walk again and to find the confidence I have with the wire, confidence with risk, confidence with fear, confidence with spaceness. But it was a challenge to be there, because at some point I was wondering if funambulism is my way, because I fall. But when I start again walking, I realized that it is my way.
So what is behind fear?
Behind fear, freedom. Because even accept the dynamics that I try to have with fear is to accept it, to welcome it. Is a side of our life. No? If our life was a diamond, the face of the diamond is fear. And so when you accept fear, I start to have a new relation with something that before I didn't want. I welcome it. And when you welcome yourself as well, if your shadow. And when you accept and welcome everything, you are free to be what you are. That's my point. Fear teach me to accept. It's not easy. I'm talking about this, and it's easier to accept myself on the wire than on the ground. So the real challenge is when you step down from the wire. You start living your daily life. But I try to take from the wire this position of acceptance, of welcoming everything. So beyond fear, there is a freedom.
Beautiful. So what is between that fear and freedom? What is there in between that?
Breathe and a relaxed body. Yeah, really our position, our posture.
The balance.
Yeah, our posture. I think the high wire worker posture is an existential posture that we can have, facing the risk, our fragility, facing even our godness, because somehow we are God. No? Anyway, we are holy. Somehow we are holy. So it's not so easy to accept our holiness. That's another point, no? But the position, the posture you live with your body and even with your mind is the link between fear and freedom.
So there is freedom on one side, there's fear, there is body,
Yeah.
right? So what is in between all of that? Is time?
Maybe a big space that include everything, no? Yeah.
What is in that? What is in that space?
All the fear, freedom, our body, everything in there. Maybe between freedom and fear there is all our life.
No, like this is like the reason why I want to understand you is because the way you think, right? Like there's no right or wrong answer here.
No, yeah, no.
But so your thoughts were very beautiful. Like you start with fear, and then you know that like you get to the other side, which is success, and if you get to your goal, there's freedom.
Yeah.
Right? In between, you have to maintain your balance.
Yeah.
Right? But the balance is a journey.
Yeah, that's
right. It's a journey of time and space. Like you're moving from point A to point B, and you have to constantly be aware.
Yeah.
Right. You have to be totally in sync, like of the changing environment. Right. And the reason that's very important as a concept, because if you think about like the world of business, right, the way you start, like the goals you want to reach and where you are is a similar concept of time and space.
Yeah.
Right. Like you're dealing with a lot of uncertainty, like a new competitor, a new product, a new technology, a new resource. So just that same philosophy applies to the business world, to the personal life, to anything that you do in life.
In this view, between fear and your goal, there is a wire, of course. that you have to walk.
That you have to walk.
You dare to make the first step in spite of fear. You have to be ready to change your shape, your form, maybe not your value. But if required, your value too, in a good way. In a good way. No, I mean, I think even your value may be something that stop you. I don't mean to give away some fundamental right. It's about maybe watch out not to be too stuck in your value, because they can change. That's the point. And but in the other side, another level, there is no fear and freedom. They are always together. You have not to start from freedom to reach start from fear to reach the freedom. They are all together. So if you go deep in the fear, you find freedom. It's not outside of fear. It's the same thing.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. So there is freedom and fear.
Yeah.
And then there is the rope.
Yeah.
So what is your balance? Like in this case, like the way you think about it, right? Like the balance was your stick. So in a corporate or in your own personal setting, what gives you that balance?
Okay, I think from my experience.
Am I making sense to you?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Sorry.
But in my experience, it's not about looking for balance. It's about to be able to stay in the unbalance. That's the point. If balance happen, very good. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Yeah. But aware that it will pass.
Yeah.
So the point is to be able to stay in the unbalance, to be comfortable with the unbalance, or be comfortable with your being and comfortable. Okay, ready to change. And so the balancing point can be the flexibility. You are very, very ready to change and not to stick to anything. Anything can change. And that's my point about balance and unbalance. I think I'm a master of unbalance, not of balance.
Master of unbalance.
Yeah.
Ability to change.
Yeah, ready to change every time. It means in all is around. I think we are not in something. We are that something. So our point, Our possibility is not to change the reality because it's too big, we can control, but we can influence it being there with our value. Now, it's something like if you put some ink in the water, finally, drop by drop, it will be blue at the end, but you have to stay. If we have our color, drop after drop, we can share our color and influence the reality, not control it, not decide for everything, but just stay. So the ability to stay, while you practice it, then you stay, just stay, sitting. So you learn to stay. Pain, bad thoughts, want to run away, stay. Then there is a time when you have to run. No, but it's not the first reaction. Just run, stay, and when it's time to run.
So being aware of the situation.
Yeah, what is required by the environment. Yeah. And we are part of this environment. This is our chance to be real. If you were outside of the environment, we can do nothing. Because we are inside, and we need to be conscious and ready to be in the middle of the reality, to influence it and to have our value. We are we are bigger than we think if we are ready to accept.
Beautiful. So you did a TED talk.
Yeah.
So what was it about?
The first one, because I made a lot of TED talk. The first one was about.
How many did you do?
Maybe 4 or 5.
Oh my God.
Yeah. The first
they
one.
Must like you.
Yeah. The first one was about.
So did you do like a TED talk, like of you doing a walk, or
no,
just a talk?
Just a talk, a video of my performance, and just a talk.
Okay.
And the first one was about courage.
Courage.
Yeah. And then I make another one about the line. The title was The Line, or fear. Yeah, anyway, the first one was about courage. And Hemingway said, courage is grace under pressure. You stay grace with the graceness. Si dice? Is right to be gracious under pressure. I mean, the pressure of the reality modeling you is not just to be pushed, but it's to be ready to be modeled, shaped from the reality. Yeah, but you are one of the forces of the reality.
And so you talked about courage.
Yeah.
How did you relate courage to what you do?
Yeah, maybe you think courage is to have no fear. I think courage is to do the thing you have to do even you are scared. So that was the point. No, it's about the fear and about to be ready to be scared and to be ready to be gentle with ourselves when we are fragile, when we have fear. It's not about. I would say it's not about think you have to be great. You have not to be fear. Okay, you can be scared, and you have to be gentle with you. Like a scared baby, when my daughter fall the first time from her bicycle, first time she makes some just a small wound with some blood. You don't spend time talking about big existential problem. You just hug her. Same with us when you are wounded, when you feel fear. Try to be gentle with yourself. So courage is not about deny your fragility. It's about embrace them and to be gentle.
Beautiful. And so courage is that. Then what was your next talk about? Line.
The one I make about line, my topic was you can write a line. What is it? A bridge or a border? For me, it's a bridge. But in the same line, you can see something that divide or something that unite. I do prefer unite to long point. No. Yeah.
How does it relate to your work?
The line? Yeah, I walk the line.
I
walk the line and I try to.
But you're bridging the two.
Yeah, that's the point. I bridge. Maybe I'm not sure, but maybe because my parents were divorced, I'm still trying to make to put them together. Maybe A and B are the same thing, because there is a way. There is a way between A and B. Now, if you just see the empty space, maybe you see the empty space that divide them, but you can figure out a way to
Connect them.
Connect them. That's the point. We are all connected. And
Beautiful.
I think one of the diseases of our time is we think we are not connected.
Don't you think it's like true though? Like, are we really connected or disconnected?
Sorry?
Are we connected or really disconnected?
No, we are really disconnected. We think we are connected on the wire, on the internet, but it's not really connection. Maybe sometimes we forget that.
But how do you connect? How do you genuinely connect?
With people?
Generally,
okay. It's again about a big space that I try to make in my heart.
And invite everything.
Welcome everything. It's very hard. But one point can be to, for me, it works to try to see what is the problem, what is the obstacle to connection. Why I think I want to be different from this guy, or this is my sensation. Why I want to push it away. Where is the obstacle? So I try to work on the obstacle that make people emotion, everything away, and I try to dismantle them, to disrupt them, and to welcome. So that's the point. Love is the answer.
So that's a beautiful point about like lying. The question obviously is, you could be the connector, but people have to also connect with you.
On the wire?
No, generally.
Yeah.
So like, you may welcome, you may accept, but like, what if you, like, the other person doesn't accept, or the other person wants to divide? How do you deal with that?
Their issue. I do my part. They have to do their part. But I think if they feel welcomed, maybe something change. Maybe not. But it's not about expecting something from someone else. That's a problem. No, of course, if you expect something from you, for sure my expectation is different from your being, because I have to accept your being, not my idea of your being. So I do my work. I try to be open. I don't often succeed, but I tried. At the point, I try to. If other people does not want, their issue.
Yeah. So one of the things that I like, I wanted to also bring up here, which is very important. Like, obviously, like my previous engagement, when I finished and wrapped up, there was this guy who was just like throwing like a lot of stuff about me, talking about me, and he was sort of like, very angry and everything. And I remember like processing all of that, right? I said like, like, I didn't even know the guy, by the way.
Okay.
This fellow, he made some things. He started talking, saying, hey, like, I talked to this guy one time, and he like, I knew that this is all these things which happened, and hence this happened. And he was just like being very mean. And I said, like, you know what? Please welcome. I bless you.
Yeah, that's the great point. Yeah, if it's said.
So because I don't react.
Yeah.
And what it gave me was this amazing sense of peace.
Yeah.
Right? That like, despite what people do to you, it's your reaction that matters.
Yeah, that's the point.
Because if you react to them, then they're gonna like, then you're really, getting like pulled into the thing that you don't want to be, which is in the negative state of mind. I just said, bless you.
Yeah, that's
so
great point.
It's a way to basically connect, and also to have a dispassionate view about like how you want to react to someone who's negative to you.
Yeah.
Beautiful. What is your third TED talk about?
I think
so you talked about courage.
Yeah.
You defined beautifully. You talked about line, which could be divide or connect.
Yeah, I think the other one was about to walk your way.
Walk your way.
Walk your way. It's about the risk, the fear that you can feel when you see your way, and you have to walk it, because seeing something is a thing, and to walk it, to make it real, is something different. You require,
But is it not courage that takes you there?
Yeah, of course. Courage again, more or less I talk about the same thing. So the way was to find your way, the vision, to dare, first of all, to dare to say to yourself, you are not the one I wanted, I'm not the one my father wanted, I'm not the one the society want. And maybe the most difficult thing is to say to yourself that you are not the one you want to be or you think to be. That's a great point. It means to be open to something that you don't want, a question that you don't want to answer. And then it's not easy. Even you find your way is not easy. It needs some courage, some training, and something.
What are the ingredients for like walking the way? Besides courage,
to
besides
walking your
practice,
way.
Besides basically just focused on the being situationally aware, what is the other thing which is needed to walk
your way?
Yeah.
I think the availability to fall.
Being unstable. Being
unstable, yeah. And ready maybe to...
The uncertainty.
Yeah.
Process the uncertainty.
And maybe ready to something else. You can see something, but the way may be very different from what you think, and some maybe can bring you in place that you never imagine, So curiosity is the ingredient. Curiosity.
To be open and curious.
Yeah, curious to see where does my way drive me. Okay, let's go. It's like reading a book. How does it move? It's my book. It's my life. Let's go reading to see how does it end. Where
does it end?
Does it end?
Beautiful. So then you actually went to Zen.
Yeah.
Mastery. So how did that happen? Going to Japan.
I started when I.
Why did you go to Japan? Like you're already like Zen master.
I'm not. I just look like.
No, but like you're walking the rope. You like don't have fear. You talk like a monk.
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah, but I'm fascinated by the monk ideal. Yeah. So finally, I want to.
So why did you go to Japanese culture and why not to other cultures?
Yeah, I was fascinated by the Oriental way of thinking after my study in philosophy, very focused on Occidental way of thinking, and it was not enough for me because the concept of the truth we spoke before. So I want to find something different. And when I start rehearsal for my walking, I ask some help to a friend of mine, an alpinist, that of course he knows better than me about note, wire, and so we start together to set up the first wire. In that period he make his first Vipassana session, and so when I heard about sitting in silence, I was interested. Okay, Antonio was the name of this guy. And I make the next Vipassana session 10 days.
Where did you go?
Close to Pavia in Italy. Close to Piacenza, I don't remember.
Next time you do it, like I want you to go to Igatpuri.
Okay. In India.
India. That's the place of origin.
Okay, I heard about it. Yeah,
it's beautiful.
Yeah, just imagine. Yeah. So I make my 10 days of Vipassana and then I practice.
How did you feel?
Good. I think.
What do you mean good?
Good mean I was the place I have to be. I belong to the kind of stuff. And so I don't mean it was easy because it's a great challenge, something new, but...
why was it a challenge? Why Vipassana was a challenge to you?
Because I was not used to be so steady, and silent was not a problem. Never been a problem for me to spend time in silence. So it was a problem for my mate, who was the people next to me. I can just shut up and stay. But anyway, it was a challenge for different way of.
When did you do Vipassana?
When I was about 31. Yeah.
Like so that must have been
20 years ago.
20 years ago. Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I make 2 years of Vipassana, and then I skip to Zen because in Vipassana they talk too much. And so now I mean there is something talking to you, some way to scan your body, too much. So I skip to Zen meditation. I checked two center in Torino. The second one was the one I love it. I know the master. I appreciate the master, and so I start practicing Zen meditation in Italy for maybe 7 years.
When did you start Zen meditation?
I was 33.
33.
Yeah. And after maybe 7 years, 6, 7 years, the master of my master, the Italian master of my master was Dharma brother of Zen master in Sogenji, the temple. And so I want to spend some time in the temple. I write a letter to the abbey, and because they know me, they accept me just for 5 weeks, not so long. But I spent 5 weeks in the temple in Okayama, in Sogenji. And then 3 years later, I come back to make a walk on the pond of the temple, for the master birthday. Yeah.
Very beautiful. So my experience with Vipassana was very different.
Yeah? How was?
So, obviously, like, as you know, you have to focus on your breath.
Yeah.
And the night prior, the night prior, basically they tell you what you're going to feel next day, sort of. So the first 2 days, and like for people who don't know about Vipassana, they have to experience it. So you're completely shut off from the world, as you know. You cannot talk to anyone. You're given a bland food, and all you're doing is basically sitting and meditating, pretty much, and focusing on your breath. So for me, like, I am an unsteady mind, right? Like, I'm always like in a ADHD, like thinking, creating in my mind. Situations that I'm like not even like aware of, or things that may go wrong and other things. So for me, like the first 3 days, I would say I was okay, like, with the way things were processing. The 4th day, I had this deep sense of emotion that, like, I started getting like, tears. I started remembering my mother, what I told my mother, like, accidentally, that I should have never said. How, like, I probably, like, treated my brother, which I shouldn't have. And I want to call them and I tell them, like, I'm so sorry, I should have done. But you cannot do any of that, right? You're like just internally processing everything, and you cannot give out those, emotions out. You have to live with those emotions, and you have to get those emotions out. So 4, 5, 6 were the most horrible days for me.
Yeah.
And day number 7, I started feeling slightly better. 8, 9, and 10 were the best days for me. So, and I know a lot of people run away on day 4 and 5. They start like, they literally start crying. They start like yelling and shouting, and they want to leave. So it was an amazing experience for me. I must have done it like 4 times now. And then I also go to this place in Uttarakhand. There's a Neem Karoli Baba temple. It's a meditation place where I know the people in the ashram, so I stay in the ashram, spend like 3 days. But I think everyone who's running very hard should actually do some sort of disconnect process like this, because that disconnection removes a lot of like emotional baggage that you carry within yourself, and the more you release it, the better you feel from to go forward. And it's a very important practice. And so I want you to contrast the Zen with the Vipassana. So you said, like, these guys talk a lot because they're instructing you how to do it, and telling you, like, what you would feel, and because you cannot talk to anyone and you cannot tell like how you're feeling. But the Zen master problem is slightly different, I think, right? They tell you, like, they give you instructions, they sit and talk to you, no?
Pretty much. They just told me, follow the other people.
So you just meditate.
Sit. That's it. Then at the beginning, there is no technique. They don't tell you pretty nothing about how to, just a bit how to sit, because you need
posture
to sit.
And other things.
Posture, but it's not. But it's very important, the posture. They say few things because it's not so complicated, but it's very important to have a great posture.
So can you go to the teacher and talk?
Not really. No. Just some.
For 5 weeks, you don't have to talk. For 5 weeks, you can't talk to anyone.
No, you can talk.
can
When you don't meditate, you can talk.
can
There
talk
is no silence. Come to say? You can talk. During the sessions, the intensive week, it's better not to talk so much because you have to enter
Your body.
your body, and the process. You're very focused in the inner space. But generally, you can talk. And with the master, you can go for I practice Rinzai Zen, and so you have the koan. You know about the koan is some koan. Maybe we can simplify is master asking you something and you have to answer, but it's in a way that is not the logical way of answering. The question are pretty weird and the answer are weird as well. So it's crazy. You can shout. Sometimes the answer is just a shout. So it's a way, but you cannot talk about something. You just receive the koan and you try to answer the koan. That's the point. The point, the fundamental of koan, for my experience, is that you have to ask properly, to listen properly the answer. Otherwise, you give you have to listen properly the question. Otherwise, you give a wrong answer. You answer maybe something else, not the question of the present. So the question is the present is this one. We have to listen very carefully, even if we don't like it. But to give an answer, we need to listen. Anyway, that's one of the few moments you can relate with the master. Otherwise, when you come, you meet the master, he give you some tea, and you can ask something. And when you leave as well, you can meet the master and ask something. I asked something about the breathing. He just told me focus on the exhalation, not too much in the inhalation. The guys next to me.
Is there a process to inhale and exhale, the ratio? Like
No.
you take twice in? No.
No, there is no ratio. Just if you have to make a point, make on the exhalation. It's more important. When you inhale, you grow the thinking. When you exhale, you calm down. So maybe make just the exhalation a bit longer. But they don't say for 8.
But you don't stay within.
No, not yeah. One point when you can anchor yourself is the breath, but there is no technique.
So you inhale, you hold, and then you exhale.
No. Just
inhale, exhale.
There are no holding.
And but do you basically keep track of what you're inhaling and exhaling, or not even that?
No, it's just the sensation. Yeah, somehow you can use body to be present, but then finally you face some emotion. It's just an anchor to be here while thing happens, and not to be bring away from thinking, from emotion. It's nice to leave the emotion, to leave the thinking, but to be here and not away with them.
Yeah.
And the guy next to me asked the teacher, how can we deal with the pain? He said, just get used. That's it.
And do you chant or you don't chant?
Yeah, we chant every morning at 5:30. We chant the sutra, Japanese, all Japanese sutra, just about more about breathing. Again.
Yeah.
So a lot of 1 hour chanting every morning. Yeah.
Got it. So that calms you down and gets you into the rhythm.
Yeah. Altogether, the togetherness is a point. No? There is no a lot of ego together. It's just one organism. Yeah. And then there is most of the meal are formal.
Yeah.
So
with no salt.
No, but it's
bland.
No, it's pretty free because there are a lot of international guests. They change the rule, the tenzo, the people cooking, changing maybe every 6 months, 3 months. So we can have French cuisine with the Japanese ingredients, but so everyone can cook whatever you want.
But the food is not bland.
No.
Okay, because the Vipassana food is bland.
Yeah. No. They are vegetarian, but just this temple, not every temple in Japan, Zen temple is vegetarian. So it's pretty up to the master.
Got it.
How to deal with the meal, food, something like this. And then there is no warming heater. Yeah. So
cold water?
No.
Okay.
Just cold water, hot
Yeah.
water, just cold water. Yeah. That's the point.
Same thing, yeah.
Yeah, see, more or less. Finally, I think this way are more or less come to the same place.
Same.
Yeah.
Very good. So that Zen, what did it teach you that you already did not know?
To stay in the middle of the
Why do you think staying is important?
Yeah, because it allows you to live. The life is about staying, it's not about running away. And so stay is important because you can face trouble and leave trouble, failure, and even love. Everything is about staying. If you fly away, we are here, we are talking, is a great opportunity. But now, if I'm thinking about what will happen in 2 hours, I'm not here losing the opportunity to be with you, with this guy. No? So to stay is important, even to understand how you react.
Being in the present.
Yeah, being present. And to, for me, I think it was very important to know how we human work. And so if you can be here like a witness, benevolent witness, you can see you acting, and so you can see how you are, which are your lever, which is the point to you. For example, fear. Where is work? Fear. For me, it's not about the future. It's about the past. If I stay attached to the past, I am fear to lose it. It's not about what's going on in the future. For example, to stay is important to see what is going on around you, what is happen, and where your act come from.
Very beautiful. So now tell me, how did you get into corporate? What do you do with corporates?
After the first TED Talk, I was asked to take some talk for the corporate. And the main point are face the risk, work under pressure, and stay in the unbalance, to face the changing. And now everything is changing very, very fast. And so how to be flexible and ready to navigate even if you don't know exactly where you are headed. No? So you keep the route even in the middle of the storm. Yeah. That's my most important topic I talk about in the corporate. Sometimes I make some team building, so we walk the wire. The point is not to being able to walk the wire, but to see how you face something new, something challenging, something that can be a bit dangerous. Not so much because the wire is like this, so it's not really dangerous, but anyway, something new that you have to face. And first of all, I bring your attention to you and to your reaction to the perspective to walk on the wire. And so maybe you can know you a bit better when you are in crisis. It's not a big crisis, but something new and something demanding.
So tell me this about the documentary, like that you did with the temple.
Yeah.
And then also the film and all the things, right, that like you've been associated with. Because I want the viewers to know about like all the dimensions.
Yeah. When we planned to make the walk on the pond, temple pond.
How big was the pond? How big was it?
It was 40 meters.
40 meters.
Not so big. And I realized that there will be not so many people because temple, they don't make marketing, they don't make advertise. It was something not just for the monk, but for the monk and the small village around. But I want it to be shared for more people, and so we think about having a documentary that talk about my way from the wire to the temple. And finally, the point was about silence. And because even the walk was no music, of course, was the best silence I heard. No, because all people was ready to be very silent, very present. And so the document was about where is the link between Zen and why you're walking. And there is the presence, is to be here, is to be ready and aware of what's going on around you.
Very good. And then you did the Tale of the Tales movie?
Yeah, I make the short part. I was walking on the flaming wire it was interesting to be involved in a so great production in a so beautiful place in south of Italy. And I met Vincent Cassel. It's very huge. It's gigantic. And yeah, it was nice to work with. I was not. I was just more than less than an actor. I was just a performer. But it was nice to be there and so involved in so great production. Yeah.
So did you walk between cities? Did you walk between like buildings? So what all did you do? Like tell us what were the most biggest things that you've done? Like
okay, the most glamorous walk I made was in Milano, between the biggest building in Milano, that was Bosco Verticale, vertical wood, and the Unicredit Tower. It was
how tall was that?
190.
190 meters.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and it was 210
meters.
Yeah. And it was very glamorous because we were in Milano. No?
You don't look down? Or?
Yeah, sometimes I look. If I
and
can.
Then what happens?
Yeah. It's a nice point of view. Maybe just me was able to watch Milano from that point of view. So I don't want to waste this opportunity. Maybe I slow down, take a look, and go back to the way. Yeah, then I make a big dam in the center of Italy. The dam, the walk was 410 for 190. Then I make in the outside, very nature in the pretty mountain. I make 300 for 350.
Did you do anything in Grand Canyon or?
No. Niente no. A Vallenda, my American colleague, cross the Grand Canyon maybe, I don't know, 5-6 years ago. Yeah.
How big was that? Like Grand
I think about 600.
600 meters.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, great, very huge walk. Yeah. No, I would like to walk between two moving boat, ship. But yeah, maybe I'm looking for this kind of the new one. I would like to do is between two moving boat.
Wow, you're amazing. Like I don't think I will ever do that.
Yeah, but of course, every one of us make his own path. I will not be able to do what you are doing.
No, I don't.
Sure.
It's like the fear, like of falling, is like so deeply rooted. Like, so how do you lose the fear of falling?
I did not lose.
No, like if I have that condition, the fear of falling.
Okay.
How would I get over it?
It's about everywhere. You mean just
generally in life?
In life.
Like I think I'm a loser. Seriously, I am.
Maybe you can search where is linked to your life or what do you think can happen when you fall. From the wire is pretty clear, you can hurt yourself. But if it's about the failure in life or in work, what will happen if you fail? Real. Maybe you can focus on it and maybe you can find your fear is linked to something specific that you never look so good. And so leave this fear first. My tip can be leave this fear and have a look deeply where is rooted this fear.
How do you go looking for the root? Because it's so many layers.
Yeah. Just stay in this feeling, with not with the idea to change it or to defeat it, just
to recognize it.
Yeah, the curiosity to see how it works. Then maybe you will still have. It's not about having or not having. It's about knowing and can see it, and then be gentle with yourself. If you're scared, it's okay. I will argue. Don't worry.
So I want to do the rapid fire question with you. The most beautiful crossing you've ever made?
In the Japanese pond. Yeah.
The Japanese pond. Why was it beautiful?
Because I love Japan and it was in a Zen garden, so it was everything was in harmony.
Harmony.
Yeah, and as we said,
mind,
my
body,
search
the
is
environment, everything. Okay. The crossing you are most afraid of?
The next one.
The next one. The moment on that wire that surprised you the most?
When I was in Pennabilli, it was maybe 2011. I was close to the end, and on the hill there was my wife and all my staff, and I see their truth. I see the real color of the shirt, the real color of the eyes of my wife with no filter. It was directly impact with the reality. Yeah, and it surprised me because it was same before. My wife was my wife, but the shirt was red, but that one was the real one with no mind filter.
Wow. One condition: weather, surface, preparation. What matters the most?
Wind.
Wind.
Yeah.
The philosophers whose work most prepared you for the wire?
Maybe the Greek skeptical. Yeah.
Right. Something Shodo Harada Roshi said that you have never forgotten.
Get used. When you talk about what can we do with pain, get used.
Get used to that. Zen or tightrope walking, which one is harder?
Zen.
Zen. Why?
Because you don't feel the risk. When you sit in the cushion, you can cheat. And the way you cannot cheat.
Beautiful. The most important thing the wire has taught you that no book could ever teach.
You have to stay and to face your fragility. Yeah. Because book they can tell you, but on the way you live it. It's real. It's life. Yeah.
Yeah, man. You're like Jesus Christ.
Yes.
I need to spend a lot of time with you. The difference between courage and absence of fear. It's two different things.
Yeah, totally. Courage is to make you the right thing, even you are scared. And no fear of thinking is sometimes you don't know exactly where you are. It's something like no fear is a bit like ignorance.
Ignorance.
Yeah.
The thing most people get wrong about balance.
Yeah, that is about imbalance. Balance can happen, but you have to focus on stay on the imbalance.
Got it. Situation in ordinary life that most resembles being on the wire at 90 meters.
Yeah, when you have to make decision, big decision, and you have to make the right step, and the wrong one is very dangerous. So you have to be very focused to feel the question.
What do you do in the hour before you cross? Like, how do you prepare your mind?
Breathing. Breathing exercise, yeah. That's
Got
it.
it. What do you think about on the wire that surprises you?
On the wire?
Yeah.
Something that surprised me on the wire?
Mm-hmm.
When I finish the wire, I turn back and I'm surprised to have been able to walk it every time.
What your daughter knows about the wire that you have never had to teach her?
At the beginning, that it was my way, so she was not worried, and then that is dangerous.
Complete this sentence. Life is like walking on the wire because
you have to face your fragility in both life, and the toughest thing is to face your fragility, and to be aware that we are dying.
So I have this question for you. It's deeply personal, and I want to get an answer from you. So 2005, I got a call from my mother, and she said like my father is in a vegetative state because he got 3 strokes, and he basically was admitted in the hospital. And she said like, can you please come? And so my eldest brother has bipolarity, so she didn't call him, she called me. And my second brother just came to United States, so he was not ready to come. So she said, you're the only guy who can come. And she didn't tell both of them. So I went to India, and I basically had $50,000 because I started working in Coca-Cola, saved up the money. I spent like all the $50,000 because I told my mom to admit my father in the best hospital there. And they said, Shekhar, welcome, looks like you're the guy from US. and we can take care of your father, and we can give him he's in vegetative state, but we can give him nursing care, and each day, like you're here, like we'll take care of your father. I said, what is the possibility that he's going to survive? He said, no, we don't know, but like I think we are welcome to stay. So I spent all the $50,000, and we ran out of money. So bankruptcy is part of my life. That's a fear. But anyway, now moving on. So because he was a government employee, he used to deliver telegrams, and so we moved him to a government hospital. And every day for 13 days, the doctor used to come to me and say, can you vacate the bed, because your father is not going to be alive. Every day he would come and ask me to pull the plug. 13 days I couldn't do. Every day I used to sit and cry. Right? The 14th day I had the courage to unplug him. Until today, I don't know if I should have. How do you reconcile that as a Zen master?
If you did it, you had to do it. Yeah.
So you have to live with that.
Yeah. Not right or it's not about right or wrong. It's about what you do, and it's okay. You do it. It's part of your life.
Because many people go through these kinds of life scenarios, and sometimes they live with this pain all the time, because you can never resolve such pain. So pain is a thing, and a fear is a thing, and basically staying in uncertainty, like all of these are different shades of the same thing.
Yeah.
So sometimes we don't know how to get out of it. So what do you want to tell the people that who cannot get out of all these things?
Try to be gentle with yourself. You do your best for sure.
And then hug yourself.
Then hug yourself. Yeah. Yeah. I think that the best thing we can do is to hug ourselves and to be kind. Really, to be kind with ourselves first.
Yeah. What is that one thing that the wire cannot teach you?
The wire cannot teach me. Maybe to die. Somehow it's very. I think I step on the wire even to learn how to deal with that. But finally, even if I will fall, I will not die on the wire. I will die on the ground.
Beautiful one. Beautiful. I love it. So, listen, I think the last question I have for you is this one. What would you say to someone who has never been above the ground? Is always they always have processed walking on the ground. They've never seen anything from the sky.
Never seen. Try it. Yeah, try to go up and see change the perspective. No, the point to be high sometimes is that you change the perspective, and you have a wider horizon, and you see that more things that you think are connected. So if you never see from the high, go and have a look.
So there is a beautiful story, and we'll end with that. There's a beautiful story in one of our religious scriptures called Mahabharata, right? And whereas and the story goes something like this. Obviously the Mahabharata is like the fight between the siblings, the cousins, like the 100 cousins, and basically the 5 guys. They're fighting each other for the kingdom, right?
Pandavi, one family is Pandavi,
Pandavas, yes. Yeah. So Pandavas and Kauravas.
Yeah.
So basically they in that fight, the third guy is supposed to be a marksman, like a archer, right? Like world's best, or like the best of the best. And basically he has a son, or when the son is getting conceived, he tells his wife about a formation of a strategy in the war, and how to break how to get into the formation, and how to get out of the formation. And this kid is in the womb, listening, okay? And so his name is Abhimanyu, okay? And so the kid falls asleep for the second half of the story, how to get out. He knows how to get in.
Yeah.
He does not know how to get out. Okay, so and then the war breaks out, and the kid basically goes in to fight. Okay, now he's stuck,
Yeah.
right? And he's stuck and he doesn't know how to get out of the formation, and he dies. And everyone like talks about basically this guy sleeping and not hearing and all kinds of stuff. But the true sense of why that story was ever told is to exactly your point. Is if you rise above and look up from the top, you would know how to break the formation and how to get out of the formation. Sometimes when you live in the context and when you're living in the problem, you don't know how to fight it.
Yeah.
Right? So that is the most important thing, and that's what the wire does to you. So everyone has to practice walking on a wire. The wire could be a business, the wire could be a personal situation, the wire could be like a sport that you like choose. Wire could be anything in life. But going above and seeing from the top gives you the real perspective about how to manage risk. Otherwise, you're always going to be like in the denial mode, or you're always going to fear.
Yeah, totally agree.
So I am going to come to Italy.
Yeah.
And I am going to actually walk
the wire with me.
On the wire with you.
Yeah, great pleasure. You're welcome. You're welcome.
So I got to prepare my brain for that, but
yeah,
I for sure.
we prepare together. We get it ready together. Yeah.
It was an absolute honor to talk to you.
Thank you so much.
Like this was like philosophy at the deepest level.
Yeah.
I really loved it, and like you're such a wonderful guy. Please be safe.
Yeah.
Please be careful. And the world actually needs to listen to more of your stories.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Great pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah.